5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Ah, yes, Mr. Tracy.
No one could ever forget the Thunderbirds. Welcome to the best of children's television of the 1960s. This is a nostalgic look at some of the greatest programs from a decade that started in black and white and finished in glorious colour. Among the classics you're going to see Fireball XL5, Crackerjack, Blue Peter, Tales of the Riverbank, Supercar and Jackanory. Be very careful as well. A lot of people have given their ages away accidentally by saying, "Oh yes, I remember that." Sit back with me and enjoy a trip to the 60s. More Thunderbirds later, but first, this.
Jackanory. Jackanory.
Hello. Every day this week, I'm going to tell you a different story. And these come into today's story. Do you know what it is? Well, it's a plant called a bulrush. There's an old joke. Why did the cow slip? Because it saw the bulrush. Why did the cow slip, you see? Because it saw the bull rush. Well, this is a bulrush, and it grows wild by the edges of streams and rivers and duck ponds. And you see this bit that sticks up at the top like a velvet brush? Well, that's the flower, and these are the leaves. They're quite tough, I'll show you. You see, you can't tear them, but they come away in strands. Well, the girl in today's story, the one I'm going to tell you today, wove some rushes into a big cloak, one that went right over her head like a tent, almost hid her inside it. The story is called Caput Rushes. It happened a great many years ago, in times long past. This is how it begins. There was once a very rich gentleman, and he lived in a castle with a lot of fine lands. He had 3 daughters, whom he loved very much. The one he loved most was the youngest, and he liked to give them presents, and her particularly. And he gave her 3 dresses. One was of silver cloth, the second was of beaten gold, and the third was made of the feathers of all the birds of the air. Now one day, the man called his 3 daughters together, and he asked the first, "Daughter, how much do you love me?" And the first daughter answered straight away, "As much as I love my life." "That's good," said the man. Then he asked the second daughter, "Daughter, how much do you love me?" And the second daughter answered straight away, "Better than all the world." So he asked the youngest daughter, "Daughter, how much do you love me?" And she thought for a bit how she could answer him. And after quite a bit of thinking, she said, "I love you as much as meat loves salt." Now, her father wasn't very pleased with this reply. It didn't sound very good. Salt's a very ordinary thing. She'd taken a long time to think up her answer. So he got very angry and he said, "You don't love me at all. You can't stay in my house anymore. Now take your things and leave. I never want to see you again." And the poor girl, feeling very sad that she couldn't please her father, whom she loved very much, packed up her 3 fine dresses in a big trunk, the one of silver cloth, the one of beaten gold, and the one made of feathers of all the birds of the air. And saying goodbye to her sisters, she left her father's house forever.
That's enough of that for the time being. I feel I would be failing in my duties as hostess if I didn't tell you that in my home, everything stops for tea.
Yes, the lady.
Did you know that Lady Penelope was made to look like Sylvia Anderson, and she did the voice of Lady Penelope as well?
What do you plan to do when we get to the bridge, Brains?
I'm not sure. It'll depend on how bad it is.
It said on television there were men working inside. Do you think they're still alive?
I just don't know. I don't think I give much for their chances.
Tell Brains we'll be there as soon as we can. We've been waiting for some action.
Right, Dad. Over and out.
Carry on, Scott.
Yes, sir. Changing to horizontal flight.
There was plenty to make you laugh in the children's television of the 60s and some famous people creating the comedy. How many faces do you recognize?
Good morning, schools. Have you got the special scientific apparatus ready for our science lesson? It consists of a pencil. Today, we're going to learn about a weighty matter, gravity. So let's get right on with our experiment. Pick up the pencil in your right hand, though if you're left-handed or suffer some disability, one of the others will do just as well. You'll find it best to hold your pencil between the fingers. Hold it firmly, but there's no need to squeeze. And don't play with it. I'm not playing with mine. Right, well, let's pick up our pencils and raise them to an altitude of about 12 inches above the top of the desk, making sure that there's no obstruction underneath. Now, by gently moving your fingers apart, release your hold on the pencil. Did you notice what happened? Your pencil fell. Mine did. Did yours? It should have done. If your pencil refuses to fall, something may be wrong. Perhaps you're not letting go hard enough. Right, well, let's all pick up our pencils a second time and let them fall a second time now, just to get an average. Well, why does your pencil fall? It falls because it is attracted by a force. We scientists call this force gravity. G-R-A-V-Y, gravity. And gravity was invented by a famous scientist called Sir Isaac Newton. Well, that was 300 years ago now, so he'll be dead. But remember, if you do ever forget what gravity is, just pick up your pencil and let it drop. Goodbye.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Could I have a dozen eggs, please? 2 pounds of stewing steak, half a pound of tomatoes, 3 pounds of potatoes, a lettuce, a tin of peas, and a packet of cornflakes, please. Yes, sir, certainly, sir. Thank you. There we are. What's that?
A tin of shoe polish.
I didn't ask for a tin of shoe polish.
Oh, sorry, sir. No, sorry, sir.
That's all right.
Well?
Oh, a dozen eggs, 2 pounds of stewing steak, a half a pound of tomatoes, 3 pounds of potatoes, a lettuce, a tin of peas, and a packet of cornflakes, please.
Make up your mind, sir.
But I don't know. I don't want that.
Well, look, all right. Well, will you wait there so I'll serve this
Um,
gentleman, please?
oh, yes.
Just a moment. Hello, Mr. Jenkins, how are you?
Hello. Could I have a tin of shoe polish, please?
Yes, certainly. There we are. Dozen eggs, lettuce, tin of peas, and a packet of cornflakes. Oh, dear.
Oh, never mind about the peas. Oh,
There you are,
thank
Mr. Jenkins.
Lovely. Would you put it on the bill?
Yes, I will do indeed.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
Now then, made up your mind? Yes. Could I have what that gentleman had, please?
A tin of shoe polish.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir, I sold the last one. So I'll tell you what I can give you. A dozen eggs, 2 pound of stewing steak, half a pound of tomatoes, 3 pound of potatoes, lettuce, tin of peas,
And a packet of cornflakes. That would be all right. I'd just take that.
Oh, there you are, sir. We've got hundreds of them.
Oh, who goes there? Friend or foe?
There! Well done, Foster. Just testing.
Hello. Once a week for the next 14 years, I'm going to elaborate on well-known phrases or sayings in common parlance. Today's phrase is, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Do you remember the name of the cartoon space travellers that used to appear on Blue Peter? We've got 2 seconds. Bleep and Booster. Now you can watch whole stories on this video, which also features their cousins. What were they called? Blink and Twink. Remember them? No, neither do I. Bleep and Booster, of course, were experienced space travellers. They'd boldly gone where no man had even thought of going. They were space travelling long before E.T. even thought of leaving home. Here's an extract to whet your appetite.
The sky went dark. They were gone. Bleep and Booster were left in dreadful isolation.
Somehow we must rescue them before they are lost forever.
I know. Now the ray's gone, let's see if we can fly the space freighter back to Myron.
They ran towards the complicated control panel, and Booster found the mechanism to close the massive doors. He pushed as hard as he could, but it was useless. The control panel was completely immobilized. Tears streamed down Bleep's face.
There is nothing more that we can do.
Yes, there is,
Cried Booster.
There's our space scooter. I bet that's still working.
Sure enough, the little scooter was still where they'd left it, under the ionic multiplier tubes. They dragged it out and tried the solar throttle switch. At once, the tiny jets came to life.
There you are, Bleep,
said Booster.
We're not stuck on this planet forever.
But the scooter has power for only 1 hour's flight. We will never be able to rescue my father and the crew.
Of course we won't, said Booster. If you just say no to everything.
As the boys argued, there was an odd crackling from the interplanetary communications transmitter.
Emergency, emergency. This is Space Breaker calling Myron Control. SOS.
Bleep raised his arm, ready to shatter the loudspeaker.
What did you do that for, Bleep? You must be mad. Your father was sending an SOS for help.
It was a trick. That was not my father's voice. It was the giant brain imitating him.
Can you remember the names of the 5 toys on Play School? Will you ever forget the big hand is pointing at the 12, the little hand is pointing at the 4? What was your favourite window? The best films are always through the arched window. And what's under the clock today? And by the way, the 5 toys: Hamble, Jemima, Big Ted, Little Ted, Humpty.
Here's a house. Here's a door. Windows, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to knock? Turn the lock. It's Play School.
I'm giving you a clue. That's what time the clock will say. Can you guess what it is? Well, have a look. There, do you see? The long hand is pointing straight up to the top, so that means the clock says it's something o'clock. And the short hand is pointing up to the top too, to the 12. So the clock says it's 12 o'clock. We call that noon. 12 o'clock, noon. Let's see what's round it.
I've been looking for the toys. I want to show them these things because I'm going to make them something later on, and don't know where they've gone. I hope it's not far, though, because today's a very special day for the toys and the play school.
They're playing hide and seek.
Are they?
Yes. And they want you to find them.
All right. I say, do I get any clues?
Yes, one to start with. And while you're searching, I'll sing a song.
Right.
Say, can you find the toys are hidden everywhere? Please be so kind. It won't take very long. Look all around at all the places they might be. Look high and low, their faces I can see. Like the sun, Julie's searching everywhere. She's searching everywhere for the toys. Like the sun, she's searching everywhere. She's searching everywhere for the toys. For the toys. Say, can you find the toys are hidden everywhere? Please be so kind. It won't take you very long.
Well, I found little Ted and Jemima, sit up, and Big Teddy and Hamble. But I can't find Humpty anywhere. There he is.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Certainly is. Very good indeed. You sit there, Humpty. Well, we don't have to look for our calendar, because there it is. And it's Monday. And the month is April. And that number is 21. So today is Monday, the 21st of April.
It's Friday, it's 5 to 5, and it's... Ah, yes. Forgot about the pencils. Watch out in this for Eamon's three-piece suit. And also, if you were invited into the audience, you had to wear your school uniform.
Yes, it's Crackerjack.
Oh, what a hooray at the end there. Yes, it is indeed, and you're very welcome to the last in the series, and we have, as usual, a list of surprises right from Bert Hayes and his music, which started us off to all the friends you know, and some special guests. Patch beginning to appear, yes. The whole leaks, you see, as you get up a bit. That's what makes it tough. You have to speed up. You can't stop all those. And, oh, coming up, no. You'll have to start again. Let it come right up. Oh, you have it, yes. All right, Barbara. Right, there's your hockey stick, Barbara. You can let it run away, and there's some chocolates for you.
You have a long day's marriage to come.
No, I'm frightened.
Oh, you're frightened. Well, there's no need to be frightened now.
No.
No need at all. There are very nice people out here in children, so just you come out with me for a little while anyway. There you are. Thank you very much. Have a look at everybody.
It's really nice here.
Oh, you like it?
Oh, I do.
Oh, there we are, you see. Can you see anything to be afraid of? Yes, you clock it, Oracle. Quiet. How are you?
I just told you.
What?
I don't feel very well.
You really don't feel well?
No. And you know something?
No.
I was sick in Sunday school last week.
Sick in Sunday school? Oh, but you must never do that.
Yes, you can.
Can?
I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it?
Yes.
There's a box in our Sunday school.
Yes?
And it says, for the sick.
What happened?
I did.
I see.
Who was the author of the book, The Swiss Family Robinson?
Weiss.
Weiss, good boy. Yes, J.R. Weiss. In which of Dickens' books do we read of Uriah Heep?
Nicholas Nickleby.
Nicholas Nickleby, no. Anybody know? David Copperfield? Yes? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Would you tell me, please, what is a dingo?
Wild Dog of Australia.
A wild dog of Australia, yes? My goodness, I'm running out of questions here. When did the 20th century begin? Be very careful.
1900. And
1901. Yes, January 1901.
I've got a letter. I bet he can't get a word on this.
Right.
Z.
Z?
Z.
Oh, dear. Not Z.
No.
Sausage and mash.
Oh, no.
I've got it.
What?
Soda water siphon.
Soda water siphon, don't be silly. That'd never work.
Won't it?
From classic jokes of our time to classic theme music, Enid Blyton created the most extraordinary controversy with her character Noddy. She upset all the sociologists. And a warning, these clips are not suitable for those viewers with a nervous disposition.
Now, all I have to do is to press the little lever on the side and... There! I've taken your picture.
Well, I hope my helmet was on straight. When can I see my photograph, Noddy?
Tomorrow morning. I've bought all sorts of bottles and powders to make the pictures come out, and a little book that tells you how to do it. And I shall develop them tonight. I hope you kept still. Now I must go and take some more pictures. Goodbye, Mr. Flood.
Goodbye, Noddy.
Oh, here comes Angela Goldenhair. Wonder if she'd like her picture taken. Oh, hello, Noddy. What have you got here? It's my camera. Stand still, and I'll take a photograph of you. Oh, how lovely. I'll go home and put my best dress on. No, I want to take it now. Don't move. Oh, wait a minute. I want to pull out my shoelace first. Here we go. There. I think that should... Ooh. Noddy, you haven't taken it. Oh, yes, I have. Oh, but I wasn't smiling. I don't think that'll matter much in that picture. Oh, now, I think it would look nice if I took your picture sitting in your deck chair.
All right, like this.
Oh, yes. That looks very nice. Now, smile big, yes? Ready?
Yes.
Here we go, then. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
There they are.
Good gracious, but they're all of you, Noddy. Or bits of you. There's just your hat in this one, and your ear in this one, and... Noddy, do you know what? You took them all with your camera pointing the wrong way. All the time you were photographing yourself.
I know. I didn't know which was the front. Oh, I am silly.
A programme that's run for as long and won as many awards as Blue Peter must have something really special, and it's not just the badge. One thing, of course, is that the presenters have been prepared to do almost anything. Oh.
When I'd reached the top of the ladder, my troubles were about to start. I then had to try to shin up the mast to reach the top, called the button.
I'm out of breath. And this thing is wobbling up here. I don't think I'm going to do very much.
I just couldn't manage it. My legs were feeling like lead. I decided this was the moment to give way to the expert, though changing places on a ladder 127 feet from the ground had its dicey moments.
Get down, Val. Not to do that. Val, behave yourself. You're supposed to be well trained. I think those have got stoppers in there. Oh, my goodness me, go down. Could I have some extra strong mints, please, and some golden syrup? Val, here's a set. Nice long line. Oh. Goodness, it's hard work doing the shopping with a line. There you are. 5 shillings. Thank you. Look what I bought you. Yes. There you are. Isn't that beautiful? Are you going to be good? Come with me. Are you going to be good? Are you going to be good? Yes, 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 yes. You must pause the dangers.
A second before you hit the ramp, you want to go straight back. You don't want to do it. I thought I was going over the top of it.
I could hardly believe I was in one piece, but it had happened just the way John told me it would. But you wouldn't get me to do it again, not for all the tea in China.
Goes like a bomb, doesn't she? Good things out of. At the end of the decade, Southern Television produced Freewheelers, an exciting drama series starring Sam Kidd.
I'm going straight now. I haven't done a job for 10 years.
You're going to be a bit rusty then, because I've got this job for you to do.
You better find somebody else.
There's nobody else for this sort of job,
Oh, I've had enough of this. Drop me at the next bus stop.
Oh, don't be a drag.
Look, I want to get to art school alive. I want to get out. I suppose you think you're clever.
No, it's just
Well, I'm not driving with you again. It's not funny driving like that.
All right, be like that. It has been said that you should never work with children and animals, which for children's television is a bit difficult, considering that most of the time they're the main ingredients. So on some programs you can't avoid it. Here's Desmond Morris, who was asking for trouble. He worked on children's television with animals.
I do want to show you today how to set up an aquarium tank. I've got all the equipment here, all the tubes and bits of plant and so on, and we will try and do this, but, oh, what's the trouble? Excuse me. On my best carpet? Red ink? What sort of red ink? Oh, no, not the unwashable. Well, I better explain. Thank you, Mike. Well, look, I tell you what, Congo's been terribly naughty again. Now, I think the best thing, Michael, is this. If he's a very good boy, he can come and sit on the end of the table there and just play with perhaps one of his toys. But he must be good, or he'll have to... All right. Oh, this is terrible. You know, that's come along, Congo. Come and sit. What's that hat?
Oh, this is something else.
Congo, what's this? What have you done with this? Look, this is the inside. You've taken it out. You know, this hat belongs, I'm afraid, to the director of the program, and he left it up in my office. Where did you find it? In the waste paper basket. Well, I think perhaps we'd better move it out of the way. Now, Congo, you must be good today. because I'm going to tell people how to... What's under there? I'm going to tell people how to set up an aquarium tank, and if I can possibly get through it without too much interruption from you, I shall be very lucky. Now, first of all, we've got to fill the aquarium tank, and to do this, we have to have a lot of rubber tubing. Now, the best way, of course, is to put one end of it in the, not in your mouth, Congo, in the tap. You have to attach one end of it to the tap, of course, and the other end you put into the tank. But unfortunately, we haven't got a tap near enough today. So what I'm going to do instead is to use a bucket of water and just pour it straight in. Now, if you have to do this, it's very important to put your plants in first. So I'm going to put my plants, these are very valuable incidentally, and they're not to be eaten. Congo. Look, now you go and sit over here and be good, right? Now, I'm going to put the plants in the... These are not food. They're very valuable aquarium plants. Do you understand? Of course, he doesn't understand a word of it. Now, we're going to put them in the back of the tank here. That's right. Stick them in the gravel. There. That's my duster. Thank you. Put a few more in. Would you like to put one in for me? Would you like to put one in for me? No, all right. Do it myself. Like this. This is a different kind of plant here. It's willow moss, which is very useful. It grows very quickly. Put that in. Then we're going to take a piece of paper, you see, which is cut to the size of the aquarium tank here, and lay it flat in the bottom. And then I'll put a saucer here into the tank. Now, where's the water? Oh, it's under here somewhere. If I can find it. I saw you. Now, water goes in. And you see, I'm pouring it onto the dish so it doesn't churn up the gravel underneath. Now, you mustn't touch that, Congo. I'm going to put that over the way. You can see what a job I have trying to get anything done with Congo about. It's terribly difficult to get any work done at all. Now I have some more water. I got some more down here. Oh, it's going all over the place. Another bucket of water. There we go. Pour it in very gently, and by pouring it onto that basin, I prevented the gravel from getting churned up. Let's put this over there. Here. Now go on, off you go. Now we can take out the paper. There we are. And the tank is set up with all the plants sticking at the back there. Now we've got to, it's not to drink. It's not to drink, Congo. You have milk for drinking, don't you? Hmm? Now over here I've got a little motor and some rubber tubing. No! Oh, now he's pulled out some of the plants, but I have an answer. I have a piece of metal here which I can use. It's got a hook at the end, and I can replant my plants just by... Congo, you call it too much trouble. Replant my plants. Oh well, perhaps I just put my hand in. There we are. Do it by hand instead. Now I'm all wet again. And you leave that there. Now, oh dear, this is taking much longer than I thought it was going to. I was hoping I'd be able to get through this today, but I don't think I can. Now, just finally, we've got the tank set up, but we want some air in it, so I put in that, switch on the engine, and here we are. I think you can see now the bubbles of air coming through there to keep the water fresh. Well now, let's leave the aquarium tank at this point. I find it terribly difficult to concentrate on anything, you know, when Congo's about. He seems to take my mind off things. I've set up aquarium tanks in half that time before now, but with him about, it really is difficult. Well, we leave him investigating that because I want to include, and look, I tell you what we'll do. 1 week when Congo isn't around, I'll really show you how to set up an aquarium tank properly. And stop munching those plants, Congo. Oh, dear.
2 more classics from the Andersons now. It's easy to suppose that due to the success of the Thunderbirds, that's all they were making. Not so. Do you remember Fireball XL5?
Okay, Venus?
Okay, Steve.
Right. Let's go.
What's happened, Professor? The interceptor exploded before it reached the target.
It was exploded by radio waves. There must be a crew on board.
Yeah, a suicide crew. Interceptor 2.
Finish. Switch on jamming beam.
Will do, Professor.
10 seconds. He's done it! Nice work, Steve.
Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as be, watch it fly through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, supercar. It travels on land, or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty rays. It's Mercury bands, and everyone cries, it's the marvel of the age. Supercar, supercar, supercar!
There she is, folks. Timport. Well, it looks quiet enough. I wonder what secrets she holds for us. Guess we ought to fly out to sea and take a look around.
Are we gonna land on the sea, Mike?
Yes, Jimmy. Supercar is about to become seaworthy. Cutting horizontal drive. Switching to turbo drive. The water's quite deep here, Doc.
Yes, Mike. Surprisingly so, considering that we're not far from the shore.
There's the bottom, leveling out.
Mike, look, straight ahead of us. Rock formation. That could mean caves.
Okay, let's take a look around.
Here's a program that didn't rely on technical jiggery-pokery or special effects, just the peace and tranquility of the riverbank. 3 principal characters, a guinea pig, a rat, and a hamster.
Spring was moving in the air all along the river. The trees that snuggled by its banks were busy budding. The birds were busy feeding their newborn chicks. Even the river itself seemed to be busy as it chased along, all of a swirl, a chatter, and a bubble. Everyone was busy, including Mr. Roderick Rat.
Now, where did I put that pot of paint?
And Mr. Guinea Pig.
Well, it should go now, all right.
And of course, Hammy the hamster. Well, that's got the seeds planted, though I'll just wash myself up a bit. But Roderick found spring a bit like hard work. For every year, just at this time, he had to prepare his boat. He had to clean it inside out and all the way back again. He had to adjust the motor. And then he had to paint the hull with a bright new colour. And in the end, he had to admit that his boat did look very smart indeed.
Well, now, I'll go and invite my friends to the launching, yes.
And he hurried indoors to write the invitations. First, Hammy poured an acorn cup of best bluebell wine over the bow. And then Mr. Guinea Pig began to turn the winch. Roderick's boat slid down to the water. Roderick suggested they have a picnic in his boat and hurried off to pack the basket.
Oh, jolly good chap, that Roddy. I could just do with a meal.
Which is exactly what they had, as Roderick and his two friends set out in his newly painted boat for the first of the year's many happy days along the riverbank.
There you go, that's your trip through the 60s, some great memories. If you want to relive some more children's television classics, remember the other programs in this series, the best children's television of the 70s and the 80s. In the meantime, we'll leave you with this.
Have you got a piece of chalk?
A piece of chalk? Oh yes, some chalk.
You're ready?
Yes, all right.
Right, put 1 O.
1 O, yes.
Put 2 O's.
2 O's,
Put
yes.
3 O's.
3 O's.
Put 4 O's.
Oh, well, yes, 4
Put
O's.
5 O's. Put 6 O's. Put 7 O's. Potatoes!
What was that?
Potatoes.
Oh, yes, potatoes, yes. Oh, I see. Oh, dear, no, look, I'm not really very good at teaching. Now, look, I tell you what, now, children, all be very good and do some reading until the teacher comes back. All right, now, I'll be going off now. Bye-bye, Topo.
Yes, but, Judd, don't forget to come and fetch me.
No, I won't forget. Now, everybody be good. Bye-bye, children.
Bye-bye, Judd.
Bye-bye. What should we do now? I know. Let one of us be the teacher and we can have some funny lessons.
Oh, yes. What is all this, children?
That's teacher's apparition. Apparatus.
What is apparatus?
That is for science. Dr. Winklebutton teaches it to the big boys. Makes nasty smells with it.
Oh, and then let's do that. Oh, what have we here? Oh, let's take some of this and we'll put it into this one. Ah. Do we smell anything? No smells yet.
You have to put lots of things in before anything happens.
All right. We'll put lots of things in. Come on. Shall I put it up the top here?
Oh, yes.
What is it called? Oh, in it goes, eh? Right. Right. Hey! What is happening? It's happening everywhere! Help! What do you do to stop it? Help me to stop it! Help me!
Quiet, everybody. What's happening? What's going on? Topo, what are you doing? Come here, Topo. Ah, yes, there you are. Look, what have you been up to? Goodness gracious me. Can't I leave you on your own for 5 minutes? Now then, what have you learned?
I haven't learned anything. I've been teaching science.
Oh, whatever will Dr. Winklebutton say when he comes back?
I don't think we'd better wait. Come on, let's go!
Bye-bye, children.
Bye-bye. See you